Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Hellbender Vinyl. For those of you that don't know, Hellbender is a vinyl record pressing plant located right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, doing high quality, professional, top of the line record pressing, baby. We finally got one here. There aren't very many in the world, let alone the country, and to have one right under our nose is an insane resource. So if you are a musician looking to get some stuff pressed to wax, I highly recommend checking out the folks over at Hellbender. Tell them Sykes sent you. I've always wanted to say that. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Sit back, relax, and let's start the beats. All right. So I believe everything is functioning as it should.
Right.
The microphones are recording. The cameras are on. We're as pretty as we're going to be.
For a Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Do you think there's all right. So before I ask my first question, ladies and gentlemen, Redcoin is in the building. Make some noise. First question, Jerry.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a day of the week that you're prettiest?
There's a
What? You said for a Sunday,
yeah.
right? Is there a day that you feel like more comfortable in your own skin than others?
No.
Okay.
Saturday, if I had to pick, because
So you waste it all on Saturday, and then
because I'm probably getting ready to do something on Saturday, even if it's like putting on clothes to go do yard work. So I'm going to say Sunday. I work from home most of the other days, so I just wake up and look like ass and sit at my computer.
Real exotic, real rock and roll. Speaking of rock and roll, Redcoin is a rock band from the Pittsburgh, PA area. I don't know if you want to sub-genre yourselves to death or just be comfortable living in a rock bubble. Hard rock might be a little bit better.
Hard rock.
What do you say? Well, how do you define yourself?
Pittsburgh grunge or heavy blues is what we're shooting for anyway.
Okay.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
But we're not picky.
No. We'd like to write the songs that we want to hear, but find lacking when you're flipping through Spotify. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
If people ask for specifics, it's we like to say Hosier mixed with like Alice in Chains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's kind of it.
Yeah. Great. So the band has been this is a newer band.
Yep.
A lot of people that are watching the show today, besides your friends and family and awkward coworkers or whatever,
Yep.
might not know who you are. So when did the band start? That's the question. I don't know why I'm adding on to it. That's the question. When did it start?
Probably like a year into COVID, maybe? We started working on some of your songs that you had.
Yeah. So a few of us, like,
It was
we've been
even
writing
before.
songs for years, and kind of trying to make it concise in some way, theme it like a band would, on an album. But we tried to kind of find that sound for a long time. And I think probably, like you said, the year into COVID was when we really started taking advantage of having free time and writing together for the first time regularly, and trying to kind of make a band out of it.
Yeah, we jammed a lot before then. Played together for, I don't know, since like 2017,
Yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, Redcoin didn't happen officially for like 2023.
It took us like 4.5 years to choose a name.
Yeah.
So
Names are hard.
And a genre.
Yeah.
Or find our
we
Hard
bounced
genre.
around with a couple different song ideas just because like I think we all like writing songs in general. I wrote a song for our friends Never Say Die because I just was like, I want to write a pop punk song, and I just gave it to him. But yeah, I think we kind of just danced around different genres until we landed on like, we kind of like this heavier feel. We like playing this heavier kind of music, but not like too heavy because Noah has a pretty voice. We can't ruin that.
It's
But,
tough. It's tough. Not to interrupt. It's tough figuring out like what makes sense. You might like writing a certain way, but it might not fit your voice or what what people like playing. Or and it's tough, kind of striking that balance and finding what we all liked doing and what made sense to, I don't know, what you're passionate writing about and what feels like natural. And it took a while, but and it ended up landing on something pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that writing music, and it takes time. It's always really interesting to me when I meet bands that are like, yeah, we got together 3 months ago and we already have this whole ass album.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how?
Yeah, no.
I don't know. It just doesn't, I feel like you need to spend that time. I guess you don't have to, obviously. They didn't. But I'm definitely, I think, more in the camp of you all, where it's, I think it takes a ton of time to really figure out like what is the, not to make it all capitalistic, but what is the product that we want to put out into the world?
Yeah.
How do we want to present ourselves as a thing?
Oh yeah.
Instead of just like, here's all these like half-baked ideas. We're a band now. Let's go play a show.
Yeah. We really camped out in Dylan's basement for years. Trying to like
Several basements.
trying
Multiple
to just write songs in his basement, and we take it to Dylan's basement to just practice the hell out of it. And yeah, it took us a long time to kind of nail down what we had. And then we like, you have magic songs, like one of our songs, Virginia. It was like kind of like the song that we're like, okay, we're gonna base our like, this feels good, so we're gonna kind of stay in this area for a little while,
and writing this type of sound.
And then we went back and rewrote the songs we already had to fit that sound. So like we started off kind of playing, like the three of us were playing kind of like pop rock in the basement, kind of.
Yeah.
And going that direction. And then it kind of slowly went here, and then Virginia happened, and it was like, all right, there's the sound. But then Travis came in and added a heavier aspect because he's got a heavy metal taste and everything. And I think that made me more comfortable. And I think everything just kind of flowed together once that.
Yeah, 100%.
It all made sense from there.
Yeah, I think that there's another thing too. Like if you are, it seems as though this project is really, from my understanding, like a democratic process in regards to like everybody kind of contributing something to the pot versus a scenario where it's like, I'm the guy that writes every single nook and cranny 100%. Of every single song, and y'all are just showing up and playing the parts, right?
I try not to be that guy, because I'm the one that like is, if I have an idea, I'll just run with it and I'll go crazy in Logic, and I'll be pumped and I want to show these guys and be like, hey, I just did a new song, but like I don't want it to stay the same and don't want it to be just me playing everything into a laptop. Like I really want to work with Dylan because he's like a super awesome drummer, and I can't, I'm not going to program those fills that he does. I know some people do that, but I'm not going to do that. And like, so like, I want to bring it in and have a framework so we can all like easily learn it as if it's like a cover song.
Well,
but
the thing is, you can do that, but you don't.
Yeah.
Because you know that we're all going to add our own little flares, even if he sticks with the same bass line, he adds his flair and touch to it, and that makes it.
It's so much more
the
fun.
Song.
Yeah, I found that like with Normal Creatures, every single song that we do comes from my brain. Like I am the structure, most of the, like everything. And when we started, I was like a lot less understanding, or like, because again, it was a new thing at the time, so I didn't really understand how much everybody else's input was going to help these songs.
Yeah.
So it was like very much like, hey, I wrote this whole song, let's transcribe it to your instruments, and that's it. And we did that for a record, and it was cool, but it was like, I'm really lacking out on like what these players can bring to the table.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm working with them because I trust them and I know they're good. Let's open up a bit. So the next album that we did, I would still kind of get the ideas together, but it was like, okay, this is just like loose drums, some synth patches. I know I want guitar in here. I don't care what you do, just start messing around.
Yeah.
You know, just like, let's just have some fun and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of exactly our approach too. I honestly like it better when he comes with a song because it already has the lyrics built in usually. And to me, that's the heart of any song. So I actually prefer just like if he comes with just like an acoustic part and maybe like a verse and a chorus. My favorite part of writing is writing around that and kind of building that, like the core of the song, the heart of the song up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you are a, here's the metaphor. You are a fashion designer and, he is the model that has this nice frame that you could just put a nice silhouette
Couldn't
on.
have put it better myself.
Yeah, those are my favorite songs of ours to do.
I think they end up making for different songs too. I have a hard time with setting out and writing, you know, what I would call a hard rock song. I think Jerry's really good at setting that basis in just through writing guitar and even if it's just programming drums for the sake of hearing something. Really good at making that framework for maybe a heavier song.
Yeah.
And that's something that I struggle with more. I come from more of a like singer songwriting background, an acoustic or like folk background. And so the song idea for me is probably going to be more, maybe more just storytellery naturally, just because that's what that's what I'm coming from and have done for so long. And I think it is cool. It just makes for a different type of song, almost depending on which one of us starts writing it. And I think it's cool to then bring that idea to the band and then have everybody add to it, add flavor to it and life to it.
Totally.
It's very cool.
Yeah. It's like everybody has their strengths, and also people have like, they're going to hear something differently than you do. So yeah, if you have this like more folk centered thing and then somebody's like, hey, I could hear like a really cool, like rockin' guitar part, heavy bass section on top of this.
Yeah.
You're like, I wasn't even thinking about this. And then now you have this cool contrast. You got a buffet of sound.
Absolutely. And like, and one of us like Travis might hear it and think I don't want to speak for you, but like I have this immediate bass line in my head, or like, ooh, like you and I have gone, ooh.
Oh yeah.
To just hearing something together at the same time. And it's just neat to see how each one of us brings that to each song.
Yeah, I usually hear the same thing for every song. I'm like, wow,
Go on.
this is pretty cool. But it could be a lot cooler if there's a bass guitar and there's like, you know, parallel channels that are both fuzzy.
Does it go
Just like
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. You guys like chugging distortion? You're like, not particularly. I'm like, oh, too bad. And then that's just usually how it goes.
Yeah. I'm very much like, it's so funny with Normal Creatures and even with Greywalker, which is obviously a heavy metal band. Our bass player comes from a more like trad metal 80s classic kind of rock and stuff. So the way that he wants to play bass and his approach is like a cleaner tone. And it's like, dog, crank it up. And it's just like, it's funny. It's like over the years, we're just like, I think it's just like I feel like every season we get him to just notch it up a little bit more. Bro, come on.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like that I don't know. I feel like in almost any genre of music, like a crunchy bass makes it sound better. But that's just because
100%.
I like attitude, and I think like there's like so much attitude in that like a fucked up just like type of bass sound.
100%.
Yeah, sorry, Jerry.
No, I'm just agreeing because I was gonna go to your credit because I'm just like, no, you more.
Sometimes we have to tell him to turn it down. A little less. We need to hear a note.
Make it slam.
I usually just like turn it and then like my fingers move, but the knob doesn't. I'm like, yeah, here you go, buddy. And then it's down.
That'll fool him.
But yeah, my first album I ever had as a kid was Black Sabbath Paranoid. My mom's like, here you go. And then I remember second grade, I was like, bring your favorite song to school. I'm like, heck yeah. I didn't swear then, I was 7. So anyhow, go to second grade, all these kids are playing like all these kids are playing like Alvin and the Chipmunks, like all these goofy like kids songs, like alphabets are fun and so is math, whatever the hell kids listen to. And I come in.
Sounds like a good song idea.
Write it down. Quick, write that down. So I bring Paranoid in, and I'm like, here's my favorite song. And it's track 5 from Paranoid, Electric Funeral. Like, wow, 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 just fuzzy as hell. It's about nuclear holocaust. I'm like, this is great. Just like rolling the T2 scene in my head over and over again. There's skeletons blown back.
Destined to play the bass.
A little bit of a tangent, but there you go.
No.
Yeah, more fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly Doom is like what I listen to. Just stoner
Gotcha.
Doom.
Yeah.
That's,
You have a real melodic sense about you too with your bass playing. You and I've talked a lot about bands like The Cure.
oh, I love The Cure's great.
So like having through line bass parts that could be the melody themselves, right? They're maybe not crunchy and heavy, but they're the catchy part of the song, which is awesome. To be able to follow the bass through the whole song, I love.
Yeah.
And then to give it attitude it's where it's at.
That's one of my favorite things about that era of like, I guess what like post-punk pseudo goth sort of stuff was like the way their approach to guitar was so much more like soundscapey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like laying the groundwork for just the bass and the rhythm to really like do the heavy lifting of like not only the rhythm but the melodic parts of the songs. And it's kind of interesting how a decade later that soundscape guitar driven sort of just real textural guitar approach and then heavy bass and drums would develop into nu metal.
Yeah.
So that's the Cure to Korn pipeline.
Yeah.
If you ever thought
Write
about
that down. It's I loved soundscapes and wash like just shoegaze out the wazoo, right? Like I passionately love it, and any way to incorporate instruments like that, especially when you're recording, I'm so very about it. And then yeah, like you said, to get those offshoots later on, it's really cool to see that pipeline.
Yeah. So with the band now, you've been a band for 27 years and you've been playing as Redcoin for about 2 weeks, right? That's about the right math I'm doing. So how has your experience been now that you are actually getting out and playing shows, meeting some other bands? How's it been like just getting back out there finally?
It's like our first show back was last October. It was like kind of our first show as a Halloween show. And I haven't played on a stage. My old band was set to play like March something like 19th, 2020, and then COVID happened, and then like 2 days before our like show and our EP release.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a welcome break for me because I was we did a lot in a short amount of time in that band, and I needed the break. But man, did it feel really good to come back and play on a stage again.
Of course. Yeah, that.
It was sorely needed in my life, and I think in all of our lives.
I had a 10-year break probably.
Yeah.
Aside from some bar shows and like I played a couple parties when someone was like, "Hey, go play a couple songs with the band."
Yeah.
I did that, but besides that, my last show was at the Altar Bar with Puddle and Mud in 2014 or 15.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you want to.
So our first show back was very welcomed.
You played for Puddle of Mud?
No, we opened with them.
Oh.
That was fun.
He was in Puddle Mud.
Yes.
During his decline.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I witnessed some stuff. Yeah, the stories are true. He is that guy.
On stage and off.
They were great, but he is that guy.
They do a really good Nirvana cover.
Dude, they
guys-
played
have you
War
guys seen
Pigs
it?
at that show that I opened for. They played War Pigs.
It's probably awesome. They probably destroyed it.
Destroyed it is probably a good adjective.
Yeah, that Nirvana cover though. That was good.
So we're happy to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
We're happy to be back.
Yeah, it was very welcomed from all of us, but also everyone was very welcoming to all of us.
Yeah.
So it was very, very good.
People genuinely dug it, and that was cool because
I think it was long awaited too. People were tired of hearing about us having a band and not seeing it.
yeah,
So finally they were like, oh, okay, they are real. And
That was a really special first couple of shows, but that was a really special show for me.
yeah, it felt special.
It was also the first time that I, at any point, so I've been playing guitar since I was 14. So, 15, 16 years, and had written music that whole time, and I probably don't give myself enough credit for it, but had written music, but never really performed it in a setting like that. And definitely had never been the front man before. So this is the first band where I was a front man performing my own songs. So it was nerve wracking. And then to get a good response, and then to get a really good response and have people ask for music was really special and very cool.
Yeah.
It was a really great feeling. And
It's been
thanks
very
to
good.
you guys.
I'm glad I forced you into the role.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, you never even really sang before that, did you?
What's that?
You never really even sang before that, did you?
Well,
You did some with Horace
I'd
Mays.
never been the front of a band.
Yeah.
When Jerry and I were in Maze, I sang backups with Josh, our lead singer, but I'd never performed my own music
Yeah.
in any kind of band capacity. So it was very cathartic and terrifying. It was great. I love it. So yeah, it was, again, great to be back playing.
So before we started recording, we were talking about recording music,
Mhm.
like recording yourselves. You've talked a bit about like demoing songs and getting things together, and you had mentioned that you just recently like tracked live drums and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So there's another aspect of being in a band that I want to get into in terms of just like self sustainability and being sufficient and productive, and like
Mhm.
how much you can do if you put in the extra effort to do it. And it seems like if you're doing like self-recording and self-demoing and all this stuff, obviously it seems like that's the majority of probably what you've been doing for the past 4 years anyways.
Yeah.
But like moving forward now, it's like you get ideas for songs, you're recording stuff, self-releasing stuff.
Yep.
Let's dig into that a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we're trying to do as much DIY as we possibly can. A, because it saves money in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
and B, because it's just something we want to do
It's
and
what we
say we
do.
did.
Yeah.
I have tons of friends that own studios, work in studios, and I love you guys, but man, you guys are expensive. Believe me, if I could afford to go to a studio and be in a space that's like made to be creative, there is a magic in that I will not deny, but we just like can't do it. We're all adults. We have other priorities. So it's like what little money we have to do this, like we're going to invest in good gear that we could use for a long time. And we're going to use it to actually make the art the way we want to make it.
Yeah.
And using, getting to work with our friends who do have studios and give us that opportunity, using it precisely, I guess, right? To do vocals if we want, or to do drums if we want. We decided to do drums in-house, but just as a more precise way to, rather than recording the full album, doing as much as we can, like Jer said, and then being kind of tactical about when we use those resources, because it does get expensive and guys need to make a living. And so we want to be able to give them that, but also be smart, because, this is not our full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I struggle because I'm on both sides of this, where both sides of this coin, if you will. I self-record a ton of music, but I also see a lot of value in working with other studios if I feel that the person that's recording can actually bring something creatively to the process.
Yeah.
But I think that it takes a lot of time and like practice to get to that point to like go to a studio.
Yeah.
And like be ready to fucking go.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you can easily romanticize a world where it's like, oh yeah, the fucking label gave us money to fucking just live in this studio for a month and just write and record. That sounds sick. But like, that's not the reality,
Nope.
you know? And I feel like when we're at the level we're at, the better that we can work on fine tuning that, then going to a studio if we need to, the better. And also too, if you're working with a producer or an engineer that doesn't really give a fuck about your band, it's just a job.
Yeah.
That's going to come out in the end product.
Yeah.
You're much better off like developing your own sound if you're in control of every single thing and not having some weirdo being like, no, this is what the guitar is supposed to sound like, or this is what a snare drum's supposed to sound like.
We've unfortunately worked with those people in the past.
We
and
have.
It's just it's a waste of money. You know, it ends up being horrendous because you're stressed and you're overworked and not happy with the product, and it's just so many things. And like you said, I get it. I understand the other side. But sometimes it's just not. It's not in the cards. It's not what's best for the song or the album or your mental health.
Yeah.
We've talked about, and it's still on the table to do this at some point. Just maybe getting a producer friend of ours to see if he wants to go like to like a cabin in West Virginia or something with us and just use our gear and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Just like having somebody there more as like an outside role.
Yeah.
Of the, just like, hey, like that vocal take was great. Stop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or
Don't
like,
do
hey,
eight
like
more.
that, you know, that solo wasn't quite it. Like
Yeah.
you might be happy with it, but I think that you could do better. Like that kind of shit.
That's usually my role, but I sometimes would love to have somebody else doing that.
Yeah, have a coach. You know, have a coach who kind of gets it. You know, that's
I think like the role of a producer in a very genuine fashion, like genuinely somebody that's there to help, not like co-write or micromanage, but genuinely just like hear your creative ideas and be like, I understand where you're coming from, but when it's coming out of you, you can't like step outside of yourself and see it. You have to have somebody that's able to have your best intentions, but view it from the other side.
Yeah.
It's like, that's invaluable, but it's really hard to find those people.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. I would, Dylan's pretty good
I was
at
gonna
like,
say, I feel like that's kind of my role here is that like the critiquer or the, you know, I know you like this, but try it this way or do it this way. And let's change maybe this part. And
and maybe those roles evolved in our band because we're doing everything as much as we can by ourselves. So we're not shy about telling each other like, hey, I think you got a better take than you. Because the end goal for everybody is like, we want a good song.
Totally.
And if that means sacrificing a song, like a part that like somebody else thought was cool, but it's, you know, if it's really not working, then somebody in the band will speak up and, you know, we'll try it. And eventually everybody's like, all right, yeah, I kind of see that.
do what's best for the song.
Yeah. That's like our number one goal, really.
Yeah, no, I think that's very, very important. And it's a thing that you really get to see a lot clearer when you are self-tracking, self-demoing a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Because you get the opportunity to, if you have everything in a DAW or whatever, you can easily cut things out. And like, oh, let's export out a version without this fucking bridge, or export of, you know, the double chorus or whatever it may be. Also too, just from a performance standpoint, you know, I can't tell you how many bands I've played in over the years that you get to the studio and the guitar players are like, wait, you've been playing that this whole time? We've been playing this fucking song for 2 years. How are you not connected? But, you know, if you're like actually self-tracking and recording everything and you can isolate everything, it's a lot easier to be like, oh, you guys are off.
Yeah.
Versus being in some like, you know, crammed little basement with everything cranked and you're just like, sounds in time. I guess it's right. You know, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. We've doing like our own pre-pro and our own demoing. Like we've really kind of honed in on parts and like made them better and just totally fix things that we didn't realize
Yeah.
were totally fucked up before.
And also going back to the time conversation in terms of like how long it was from like project inception to like starting to play shows.
Mhm.
I think that like it's really good to maybe have an idea for a song and step away from it for a while, let it
Oh, yeah.
evolve over time. You know, you'll get those magical moments every once in a while where it's like, we wrote this fucking song in one day and it's
Yeah.
perfect and you'll never
Yeah.
change it.
They-
Those do happen, but they're not all like
No,
that.
they're not as often as I think we'd want them to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing too is like, I don't know. I think that there is like there's no right or wrong way, but I think I really value the process of like knowing that like I spent the time on like a particular composition and
Yeah.
like, you know, knowing that like we've tried so many different things and really just giving it the juice that I feel that, you know, it deserves.
I think the process in general is like 50% of why I love playing music
Yep.
with other people, because like that's like most of the fun. Like sure, like the end goal is like finish a song, but like the actual like journey of doing that song is why I'm in it, especially in like an age where you can use AI to just make a song. And I think we get so caught up in the fact that you can do something that it's just like humans need to do things. We're made to do things. And I think that's like why a lot of people are unhappy because you actually just need to do things and do the work. And I kind of, my way of doing that is writing music, playing music with my
Sure.
friends.
It's like, even if it like, I think that if I spend time working on a song or recording a podcast or whatever, it's like, this is something that I did and it gives me some sort of sense of like self-value
Yeah.
and gratification. Like, oh, I'm this thing. And it's like, you know, if you're just using like, I don't know, like I don't want to get into a word wormhole about AI or something like that. But if you're using a lot of like assistants to help you generate things, you're not really doing anything at the end of the day. How are you going to feel fulfilled unless like you're a complete maniac?
I
don't know.
There is no fulfillment there. I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
That's the whole fun part is the creative process and being able to scratch that itch. But then, yeah, the satisfaction afterwards of playing it live or hearing it after we're recording, like now is like, wow, this is actually a real song. And you start to fall in love with it and it means a lot, I think.
I just see like, what's that band that came out on Spotify that's like completely AI generated?
Oh,
it's like
Velvet Sundown or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
that.
And it's just like, why? Like, who's making money on that? And it's like, we're here just,
It's funny that they made a band to make money on Spotify.
and it's like, I've in
It's the
in
worst place to make money.
in the struggle to like make this work efficiently. You know, we're all like between like 30, we're in our 30s, and we all like, I've considered just like, I have a background in IT. I've considered just like building a server and just like making bullshit music and making a fake band and just like churning it, just like not like a bot farm, but like just churning music just to generate like $200 extra a month to pump into our band.
Yeah.
And then
Don't
like,
do that.
Yeah, don't
yeah,
do
no, like, and like, so I have like ethical, like, of like, oh, I could do that. I'm not going to do that. But then there's some asshole makes an AI band on Spotify that blows up. I don't,
Yeah.
and it's
I
like,
mean, that shit is just so, it's so temporary. And like a lot of
That's how
it
I
too is like, like a part of like us creating our own hell. Like in the sense that like none of that would have blown up if people didn't keep like sharing the article being like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And just
Like-
boosting the signal of it. Like
Yeah.
whenever I see shit like that, I'm just like, ignore.
yeah,
I'm not going to interact with this in any fucking way. It's like, I'll talk to people in person about it, but I'm not going to help
it's just,
spread it
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's what is making it work?
Built-in rage
You know,
bait.
You'd have to like go back and do some sort of sleuthing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were getting people to post shit like AI band generates 15 million streams before they even had the streams.
Sure.
Just to get people to start clicking it, and then it caught up with itself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole like very sleazy world to modern marketing that it's not what I grew up on, and I have a really hard time relating with it. I have no interest in being a part of it.
No.
But it's really complicated because if you want to having online relevance as a band is unquestionably important.
Yeah.
Yes. But in order to play that game, there are things that you kind of need to do.
Yeah.
You need to kind of figure out some way to, for me personally, anyways, it's just like always this question of like morality and humanity and like, just like even being less serious, just like what even just feels genuine
Yeah.
to do. Like, you know, like I see like a lot of people that it feels like they're just forcing themselves to make content that really doesn't have anything to do with their band. But
Yeah.
it's like, we need to be a part of something. So let's do TikTok trends. So maybe people will want to listen to our music. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I make music. So what I do is I make music.
Yeah.
And then I talk about that music online. Every once in a while, maybe the video's a little silly.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little like come to the show, but like that's it. And I don't have any interest in like making like this like top 5 riffs you never heard in the style of my band. It's like, I don't know. There are a lot of people that are very charismatic and good at that type of stuff though.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's just not me.
It's not anybody in this band either. I
Yeah.
don't think any of us have the patience for social media anymore. Like,
Not at all.
I'll, on my personal page, like, you know, I'll post like guitar videos and like little musical vignettes that I made and like, oh, I like this song. I'm going to make a little playthrough video and share it with my friends. But like, people just make that their entire like career and like, they just churn out content every day. And I'm just like, that's exhausting.
Yeah. It's exhausting too for me as a consumer because if I see somebody posting new stuff all the time, I can't realistically keep up with it.
Yeah.
And then over time, I just become numb to that creator because it's like, I can't listen to, I just lose track of it. And then it's just like, I'm not interested anymore versus like this like concept of like absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's nice if like, you know, it's like, I know everybody's working behind the scenes. We're bands, we're writing songs, we're recording songs. You don't need to post your little studio updates every day. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, just like, but like, you know, somebody like, here's a new song. That's like, shit, they haven't done anything in 6 months. I'm actually really excited about this now versus just like all the time. Oh, you know, it really crunches my fucking chili.
Do tell.
Oh, is that a phrase?
Crunches
Crunches my chili.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Right.
You know what really crunches my rap supremely?
Clip it.
When bands do like they do this very like consistent like behind the scenes music video stuff before they release the music video for like weeks and weeks. It's just like, here's a photo shoot. And it's like, you're spoiling the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I believe in like, I have some weird magic. Like, I don't even like to watch movie trailers. I'm very much like, I know I want to see that movie. I don't want any spoilers. You know, it's like for your little local music video shit.
Yeah.
It's like, don't show me all this stuff.
Yeah.
Just post the video.
Just put it up.
Because by the time you post the video, everybody's gonna be fucking exhausted, or be like, "Oh, didn't that already come out?" And it's like, no, you didn't see the video. You just saw 1,000 fucking pictures from it over the past 2 months. It's too much for me. But who the fuck am I? Do whatever you want with your band.
We talked about it recently too. For me, it's like the bands that will, you know, we know they're coming out with an album. Maybe it's going to be 12 songs. Well, then they release 6 singles from that album, and then by the time the album comes out,
That crunches
I
my
heard
rap too,
half
for
of
sure.
it already, and like I'm exhausted and don't necessarily take it in as well as I would have if I heard maybe one song. or
Yeah,
two
it's
songs.
it's a bummer because it's like, again, I'm a old school type of guy.
Oh, me too.
I'm
Very
like,
much.
you know, I used to like take the bus to the mall to get the CD when it came out,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
type of shit. Listen to it on the Discman on the way back. Don't want to like romanticize nostalgia, but I genuinely really like the album experience. And
Me
it does
too.
suck if there's a band that you follow that's releasing all these singles and then you finally hear the album and you're like, shit, I already heard all this.
Yeah, I heard half of it.
So now I, much like not watching movie trailers, I don't listen to singles anymore. Fuck you. I'm waiting for the album.
I think for me, my take might be that it's the constant commodification that is the real issue. Everybody has a pressing feeling of need to contribute to whatever that is, the internet,
Mhm.
right? If you're a content creator, you constantly you're not a content creator unless you're constantly posting or constantly creating something. And then are you really creating something if you're just
Exactly.
following an algorithm or doing it out of quote unquote necessity, right? And then it gets to the point where it kind of just becomes an issue with the system and almost a political, it's so big
Oh, sure.
that it's kind of all connected and crazy and all about money, and it's just unfortunate.
I feel bad posting something that I made that I put feeling in because I feel like I'm contributing to the noise.
Totally. Totally.
And I wish I didn't feel that way, that I felt like this thing that like I genuinely like that I made. I spent a few hours doing it and like I feel bad. Like
Same.
I remember in the early days of social media when MySpace was kind of the talk of the town.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of like there was sort of in the music space, there was sort of a general understanding at the time that it was like kind of like cringy to talk about yourself so much.
Yeah.
But then like over time that kind of changed and my mentality never changed. I still sort of have this like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like you are good at what you do, but again, it's just too much.
But it
Way too much.
necessitates that they talk about themselves now.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I think like everybody feels this need to be, they don't want to lose their relevance. I have to be at the top of your feed all the time because like all of our social media is bottlenecked now. So the same place that we are posting about our new single is the same place that Wendy's is promoting their new Takis Fuego meal. Or
I saw that.
Sounds good.
Saw that on a billboard last night.
It's not that good.
Of course it's
Of course you tried it.
I did. I tried like 3 weekends in a row.
Wow, you gave it.
Well, I had to make sure it wasn't good.
Yeah. You gave it the old college try.
maybe it's the crew who made it. I'm going to try it one more time.
Yeah, did you go to different Wendy's?
No, I went to the one that had cockroaches in it.
Which one's that?
The one in Robinson.
Okay.
Well, that's from a third party.
Call them out.
See, now
The cockroaches are from a third party?
yeah, someone threw them there. No, third party source. You know, now I'm contributing to the problem. Just like talking about stories. Are they real with the third party? It's not like firsthand experience.
But
It's not good though.
but yeah, it's like I mean, all of this stuff is in the same place, right? So it's so easy for just a general viewer to get distracted. So it's like, oh, there's a new Redcoin song. There's a new episode of Start the Beat. There's the Fuego meal. There's oh, my cousin got married.
My aunt just posted a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Oh, the world's falling apart. It's all, you know, and like that's the thing too, is like so many of these people, it's like, you know, hopefully we're not glued to our phones so much that we have time to actually consume everything. You know, so most of the time it's like people like on a break or something like that. So they're trying to cram in as much as possible and not like, you know, what they hope to be 5 to 10 minutes, it ends up being 20 to 30 minutes. And they're like, oh shit, you know, you get stuck in a rabbit hole. But like we're just in the mix of that. So it's like everybody's like, what can I do to get your attention and be loud and obnoxious on the internet so you'll interact with my art? And like, I don't know, it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that my priority is just making great music and playing cool shows with good bands. Musically, they don't have to be good. I just want them to be cool people.
Yeah,
really. I just
so
wanna-
much of what it's about.
Like
Yeah.
the most important part.
I just want to spend time with cool people and like be like in the real world, you know? And that's the thing is like, sure, like maybe, you know, like I have thousands of followers online and that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like most of the time, if I play a show, I'm lucky if there's 100 people at the show.
Yeah.
But those, you know, those 30, 40, 50 people, sometimes it's more. Like that means so much more than like posting something online and getting like a few hundred likes from people that just like ambiguously know who I am for some reason.
Yeah, because it's
That
real.
don't actually support me outside of that bubble. It's like a weird thing.
Yeah, it's real. You actually have like human
Yeah.
beings
Yeah.
and not just someone scrolling and
Yeah.
giving you a second of their time.
Yeah.
You know?
And which I mean, like, I also like appreciate that sort of interaction, but it's so weird because so many of those people that I recognize interact with me online a lot, I never see them in the real world. It's like these are two different places, the online world and the real world. And it's very easy for us to want to think it's all one thing.
Yeah.
And I guess for a lot of people it is, but for me, they're two very, very separate things.
Very, very much.
Very, very.
Made me really kind of distance myself from everything on my phone, and not, I guess by choice, because I just got to a point where I don't know, you can't take it anymore. You want to see your friends, you want to see your loved ones, and go to shows and support bands because those are real people, you know. And I don't know, it's, to me, it's just not worth all the energy and headache, and you know, to it's not even about feeding the system or whatever. It's just about being
Feeding
okay,
yourself?
being okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Being okay, and enjoying something for the sake of it being something that somebody else did, you know, out of passion, and going to those shows, and it's just, that's the important stuff. It's unfortunate that the way we interact with our peers is that big system, you know.
Yeah,
But those moments are the really important part.
Yeah, it's just like with like the online stuff and all of the content creation stuff. I understand on its surface why somebody would want to make a product and then have as many people as possible consume it. That on its surface makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
But like for some people, it just seems like, are they like really like asking themselves like, what is the end goal here? Like, what am I actually chasing? What am I trying to do? I feel like for some people, it's like whatever it takes to get the numbers.
Yeah.
But it's like,
To what end?
yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, if you like are this warped version of yourself, you know, are you the artist, or is like the algorithm the artist and you're just a puppet of the algorithm?
just chasing the thing that, oh, like this works, I'm gonna keep doing this, and it's like it's all just a dopamine suck.
Yeah, and that stuff, it's like it's very like temporary too. Like shit, like the AI Velvet Sundown band.
Yeah.
Like that's incredibly temporary.
Yes.
You know, they have their little 10 minutes of whatever. It's an interesting, maybe social experiment to see how this can work, to see it happening, but there's no human element to it. Anybody that is interacting with it is probably mainly out of a morbid curiosity of what this is.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if there's very many, if any, actual fans of that band.
I hope not.
You know, you know, I think there are certainly people that only listen to music in like a strictly like wallpaper sort of sense. But you know, I think I don't know how many of those people seek out new music.
Yeah, it's
You know, I think that those are just kind of the type of people that like, I like whatever's on the radio today, and that's fine. Nobody has to be like,
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, but I just don't, it all just feels so temporary.
Yeah.
And like all of these like trends, there's so many online trends that you could talk about from like even just like when COVID started to now,
Yeah.
that are just like, oh, that feels like so like outdated and weird, and so many people that were like temporarily like popping by like, oh, I'm doing like live streams of cover songs and this is going really good for my music career, and I'm sure that like that's not working anymore. I'm more interested in just like a creative longevity versus like a short-term monetary sort of gain thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely our goal too. Like I said before, it's like we try to make the songs that like we want to hear and like the new music that we want to find, but we can't necessarily. So it's like kind of a mix of like and everything we like collectively, and that's if we're doing it with our buds, like that's bottom line what we're trying to do,
and just letting ourselves write what we kind of naturally write. Right, like that was a struggle for me for a long time. What am I supposed to sound like? What am I supposed to do with, I might write this song, but I don't think it sounds good, because that could be insecurities, or it could be I think I need to do something else because it's not popular. But you get to a point where you're just like, I just want to make music, and taking that time and working with these guys and getting comfortable with what our sound is just by figuring it out naturally, it is worth the investment.
Yeah, I feel like I like to make myself lunch. Like I'll make myself a sandwich.
Yeah.
And some days, like I'm like, damn, that was a pretty good sandwich. And there's other days where I'm like, it was fine. I'm generally using the same types of ingredients, but sometimes I might mix it up with like a different spread or something. I feel like writing songs is like making sandwiches. Like it's just not that big of a deal. Like it's just a sandwich. It's just a song. Like I think when I was younger, I had this like romanticized idea of like, I'm gonna change the world. I need to like do something like really groundbreaking and make something that like inspires other people the way that my favorite music inspired me. And it's just like, you can't force that to happen. It just fucking happens. And I think about like some of the music that is like most important to me on a personal level, and it's all like dog shit, bullshit fucking music that's not like, not like, I'm being like a little like mean, but you know what I mean? It's not like when like Dillinger Escape Plan were writing songs in the late 90s. They weren't like, we're going to change the world. It's like, we're just making crazy stuff, and like I heard it as a kid, like, whoa, oh my God. So it's just like, but you can't force that to happen. You just got to just make shit and just be yourself, put yourself into that sandwich.
Yeah.
And it might be a good sandwich. It might not be. I mean, it's fine. It's just a sandwich. It's just a song. You'll write other songs.
Yeah.
To commenting on that, I feel like a lot of bands, maybe younger bands especially, don't go through the process of just write the song, and they want to make a thing out of it, like you said, like they want to make some kind of impression. And I see it a lot with metal bands, and it just ends up being like guitar riff after guitar riff after guitar riff, and like you don't ever stop to make a song. But also, like when you're learning, a lot of people don't put a lot of credit into songwriting as a skill, I feel like. So I think I don't know. I think we're pretty good at like, this is a song, like you said, like it's a sandwich, like you put the bread down, layers, and then, okay, we're going to cap it off, and, it's in this nice little package. It's as long as it needs to be, and put the top bread on, slice it, and now you have a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Or it might be a bad sandwich.
It might be a bad sandwich.
That has to be okay. You have to write bad songs.
I will say this. You really got to put in some effort to make a bad sandwich. It's definitely easier to make a bad song than it is a bad sandwich. So it might not be like the best analogy, but throw it out there.
You've got to make bad songs in your life. You don't have to make bad sandwiches.
Yeah.
I think a reason too why we've been doing this so long, but just came out as like an official band like within the last year, was because at first we were kind of forcing it. I remember multiple times of like, all right, we're gonna go for this song. I have this idea, but I want it to be this sound, and we just kept trying to go for that sound and go for it until finally one day I think we kind of sat back, and one of them, Virginia, just came so naturally that it was like, okay, now it's a change, and everything just needs to come like this, and it kind of just flows now.
I mean, it's patience. It really requires, patience.
We really put songs through the ringer for a while.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I think that I see this a lot. I remember going back to MySpace. There was a band, not even a band, but like a MySpace music page popped up, and there was this kid that I knew. He was one of these, I forget his name, but he was one of those dudes where it was like every other month he was like in a new band. You know, he just couldn't. He couldn't keep it together for whatever reason. But like I remember he had like made a MySpace music page. Full fucking remember you could do like the custom layouts on there and make it like look real sick. Like he made like this MySpace music page that looked like really fucking good. He could self-record. So like, you know, it was all like, you know, it was like metal core MySpace era type stuff. So just like programmed drums, guitars, some stupid little guttural vocals on it. But like it sounded good enough. You know, 3 songs that he did himself, full laid out page, logo, merch designs, like this whole thing like made it look like this is like a real band, and like he didn't have any members at all. And I remember just being like, we're fucking cooked. Like, we're just gonna start doing this. Like,
it's over.
It's like he's making this look like it's a real thing. And like he was getting like a bunch of like friends and stuff on there, and it's like, you know, comparing it to the Velvet Sundowns, a little bit egregious, but it was kind of a similar thing where it's like, this isn't real. I mean, this is still somebody putting in effort to create something, to fabricate something. But it's just like then you started to see more and more of like a lot of these bands that are just like, instead of like, oh, we're gonna get together and hunker down for maybe a year or 2 or 3 and write songs and wait to play shows. You know, it's like a band will get together in 2 weeks. They have some bedroom demos that are good enough that they're on MySpace and a full fucking layout, and they're already playing shows. And I guess there's a beauty in that magic. It's sort of like a punk rock, like young, fast, hard, do it quick.
Yeah,
and
just like hit it.
Only exists, but it's just like there's no like long staying value in a lot of that. It's all just like very temporary and just feels like, I don't know, just like
fleeting,
like trying to have sex before you take your pants off. It's like a lot of just like dry humping.
Sure.
and like I don't know, it just I don't fucking know, but it was just weird. And like to this day you still get that. You'll get a lot of like, hey, like, you know, professional, we're worried, we got like a full social media, all of our branding is the same across our Facebook and our Instagram and our Twitter and our TikTok. We got good band photos and a cool logo and t-shirts and all this stuff. We're working on songs. What the fuck are you doing? You know, just like I would say, like just get everything together and then put it out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's just the song seems to be the least important thing in a lot of not in a lot, but sometimes I do see that a lot where it's easy for me to tell that like we're spending a lot more time on all of this extracurricular stuff. But I think a lot of that too is probably because it's everybody's sort of peacocking in a way to each other, where it's like, well, this is what you need to do to be in a band. And like, we can't get shows if we don't have an Instagram account that has like a couple thousand followers. So I guess we just got to like start making ourselves look important so people will take us seriously.
That's interesting because that's even pre-social media. That's definitely a like peacocking, even at a local level.
Yeah.
That totally happens. And like you could have no online presence, but still feel the need to like have merch and signage and like stage flair or lights or whatever.
Yeah.
Write music first.
I definitely had a moment where I was like kind of panicking because we got like our first show and we had none of that done. So I was like, I kind of went on a little bit of a panic because I was like, oh, we need all this stuff. And then like, it's not that big of a deal.
I'm just trying to have fun.
I like our logo a lot, and I like our merch. I think we have really cool shirt designs. Thanks, Travis.
It's not AI.
It's not AI. But I definitely found myself like, oh my God, like stressing out about something that ultimately did not matter.
One of the really like cool things that happened during COVID for me and for Greywalker was that like we didn't do a single thing during COVID. I mean, we got together and worked on music, practiced a bit, like we could, but online was radio silent. You know, we didn't post a fucking thing online for almost 2 years until like it was time for us to play a show again. And like, it was like, okay, there's this like, oh my God, we haven't tickled the algorithm in 2 years. Is our Facebook going to be broken? Is nobody going to care?
You know, we posted the flyer for the show and people saw it and people liked it. And then they came out to the show. And we didn't post for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't need to post every fucking day if just what you're doing is like actually something relevant that people are going to care about.
Yeah.
You know, just like, and like to this day, it's like, I don't do anything silly with any of my bands. It's like, hey, we got if we're putting something out or got a show or, you know, new merch designs, if there's something, like we'll talk about it. But it's like, we might post like once a week, maybe, you know, and it's like, fine. You know, I don't need to be at the top of the fucking feed all the goddamn time because it's like, I feel like it's going to do us a disservice
It's overkill.
to do that.
There's way better things to do than stress out about your band's social media.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just be like working behind the scenes on like shit, and then like when it's done, here,
Yeah.
enjoy.
Like we talked about doing like skits and stuff,
Which we still want to
Yeah.
do, by the way.
but like that's a lot of effort. And like
It's
Yeah, there's a lot.
that's like a whole band practice, maybe 2 band practices of filming us doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's like that's something like we legit want to do, but like even just doing that, planning to release it on social media is just like it just seems like a daunting task to do, which is why we haven't done it yet.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, you just gotta just do it.
Yeah. Don't feel the need to, right? Like,
It's really easy to spend. I find myself, anyways, spending a lot more time like worrying about the nuance of things than it would actually take to just do
Yes.
whatever the thing is.
Me too.
So
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
we should do the skits just because
Because you're hilarious and you're basically got to be the
true.
star of them.
should we tell any of them right now or no? Is it too out of context?
I don't know which one we're going to tell.
Well, the
depends.
OnlyFans one.
Oh, I want that to be a music video.
Yeah, me too.
That's like a whole
Dude,
music video idea.
There's this running bit where I'll message the guys. I'm like, hey, we just got a new like on our page. I never post anything because I just don't give a shit about social media. I don't care. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I'm too grumpy. But I'll go on ours and see who likes stuff, and it's always these bots, these like OnlyFans girls with no friends. They're following one person. It's us. I send a screenshot. I'm like, guys, we got more shawties. All these hot chicks want to follow our band.
you like burst through the door.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't believe it. I just sent screenshots of this. And then one day at practice, I'm like, all right, we have to have a music video where I, all excited, like, hey, we look at all these hot chicks. We're gonna have a huge show. They're all gonna come to me. Great. All these OnlyFans models. It's gonna be awesome. And then it's just like dudes to come in. Just like, dudes from all across the world just trying to like siphon money off of people. It's like, that's our whole audience. There's not one hot chick there at all.
I like the implication that they traveled across the world to come make money off.
They came from Brazil.
It's just catfish, or just have a bunch of catfish there, just like flopping on a wall. Like 800 catfish, we're just playing for them.
What a metaphor.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we write
there's
down
some ideas like that.
Dumb stuff like that.
Table the catfish idea. That's actually hilarious.
Hell yeah.
yeah, just man. It'd be kind of hard to have all these aquariums, all these people like pushing them all out. Like
Dylan, you got to do a lot of
money.
fishing.
That's
You got to
fine.
catch us a lot of catfish.
Yep. That's easy.
Or hear me out. We could use AI to make a catfish video. It'll cost us nothing. It'll just
Go
destroy the
against
planet.
everything we've said.
Just to
Further pollute the earth.
it'd be worth
Yeah, just some database out in Arizona. Just 50,000 megawatts. Just the desert's just growing. Just we can have a stupid video with catfish
Yeah, but
on
we
it.
have AI catfish now. So
killing actual catfish.
Yeah, as their like lakes and streams just evaporate immediately.
What a tangent.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's a part of the natural environment of a podcast.
Yeah, I had nothing to contribute that's actually like worthwhile. Just tangents.
that's not true. That was incredibly
That's
funny.
wild. Yeah, that generally happens like once a band practice. We'll
Yeah.
spend like 45 minutes just listening to Travis rant about something and laughing.
I kind of feel bad.
No, don't.
Don't you dare.
I don't.
We record all
We
of
need
them.
it. Yeah,
Don't you dare.
we record and save them.
I used to be reprimanded by my last band I was in with my wife. I used to be reprimanded because I would just get the entire band off track. She's like, "Shut up! We need to practice. We have a show." And just like rambling and talking about stupid shit for like 2-3 hours.
That's why it took us 4 years to play our first show.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
But they were so funny.
Oh boy.
There's
more
the,
time
it's the
laughing.
process I was talking about. Like the process is almost more fun than finishing the song. And part of the process is listening to Travis go on his batshit rants.
Hell yeah. No, that's I feel like never take what you have for granted, the people in your life.
Oh, no.
And you know, if the fact that you are even able to, that any of us are able to like get together with a group of friends
Oh, yeah.
every week and have a laugh and make some art, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I am thankful so much for that because it's just like it's like a pillar of my sanity
yeah,
in this
totally.
crazy world. But yeah, I played a band with my best buds, and it's like the best feeling ever.
And we all even hung out before the band existed. I mean, how many weeks have I would I had spent, 6 or 7 days in a row with you, like come over to your house and watch TV like 7 days in a row or whatever. We did that, we've hung out for 10 years and been a band for 4 or 5. So
yeah,
now it's just it gives us something extra to do while we hang out.
Yeah,
Really.
pretty much.
Hell yeah. Well, the choo-choo train's rounding the station here
Right.
on our podcast conversation. Going to be wrapping things up here in a moment, but before we do that, is there anything that we want to throw out that we haven't talked about? Anything that you want to promote? Anything that any shit that you want to start with a band or a venue promoter, sound tech, anything?
Got any other rants?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you always have
You
rants.
just kept looking at me. I'm like, I have no idea what's coming up for us. I'm not
I like
the
doing
leader.
that to you.
Do you want to tell them about hot dogs, Travis?
Oh, that's right.
All right. Okay. So, did you know that the average West Virginian eats 481 hot dogs a year?
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what the country average is? 70. That's insane. It's like 5.
Wait, the country
35.
average is that somebody eats 70 hot dogs a year?
Yeah, like the average person, 70 a year.
That's
Even that seems kind of high.
yeah. I definitely don't eat 70 hot dogs in a year, and I like hot dogs, but I definitely don't
Pretty
eat
good, yeah.
70.
This is how I feel. This is and now
Oh yeah, please.
we dug into this. we went to Bottle Rockets in Allentown, and they have hot dogs all the time, and they're cheap and they're great.
Awesome.
And we were eating hot dogs, and we found this out, and it became a pillar of our conversation every time that we met.
Yeah, it's like becoming a problem in my life now because I'll just meet random people like on the side of the street. I'm like, hey, do you know? Like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I've had this conversation so many times in areas I should not be having this conversation. It's like I bring my friend to the ER. They have like a breathing problem, and the nurse is like, "Man, your breathing kind of sucks." And they're like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Yeah, but how about these hot dogs? These West Virginia people." You know, just bringing the conversation up
Eat
when it's
more.
not needed.
Are you from West Virginia?
No, I might as well be.
You
But
were trying to catch up. How many have you gotten?
I'm at 20.
20
You've been
hot.
keeping tally
Yeah.
for the year?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
He's trying to see how many, if he can even get close to the West Virginian average.
It's really hard, but
It's more than 2 hot dog. Like,
I mean, like if
2
you're
hot
only
dogs a
at
day.
20 and we're in like a post 4th of July environment.
well, I just started this end of May.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't been so.
No, I'm on pace for like 70 maybe or 80. It depends. In the winter months, I feel like you don't really eat hot dogs.
Yeah.
Unless,
You ever watched
Unless you're
the
from West
the,
Virginia.
the hot dog eating competition?
Like
Oh,
Joey
yeah,
Chestnut.
yeah.
Joey Chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
How many did he eat this year?
I don't know, but
He ate quite a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was
He won.
71 or 72.
in what, like
Oh,
a minute?
He ate a whole person's yearly average. What a badass. Holy fuck.
This is how this became. I'm sorry, we're gonna tangent for 30 more seconds. This is why it became such a funny like conversation, because we were sitting there and we were trying to figure this out, and we're like, that means if 481 is the average, that means you have to eat at least like 2 hot dogs a day to maintain that. And if you don't, then you have to eat 3 or 4.
Yeah, you got a hot dog debt.
Yeah.
And that's
Wait, you have a hot dog debt.
that's also average, not maximum.
Yes.
That's
So that means there are people that are
I'd
eating
say
more.
Zero.
What if you go on vacation? What if you like leave? Like you're a West Virginian person. And you're like, I'm going to go on vacation. I deserve it. I worked hard all year.
As
I
they
love
do.
my family. You go in the Caribbean. There's no fucking hot dogs in the Caribbean. There's none. So every day you're like, oh my God, my
deficit.
hot dog tally. And then your whole entire family, you have a family of 7. That's 7 times 1.2. That's 7.2. It doesn't matter. You're no, it's not. It's like 10. So your whole family after a week in the Caribbean enjoying yourself. You're like 80 hot dogs in the hole for the whole family. So you either give up and you fail your state. The state that broke away from Virginia, being like, we don't give a fuck about slavery. Fuck you. We're breaking away. We are now West Virginia, an honorable state. That's great. Good for them. I support what they did. What was that?
Hot dog deficit.
Yeah. These proud people have to like make up that whole entire debt. I the tangent's going on too long. Now I just lost train of thought, but
it
You
could
get the
be
point.
one person that just eats like 5,000 hot dogs and no one else in West Virginia. Like, what if Joey Chestnut lives in West
'Cause
Virginia?
there are some that eat
and
zero.
he's driving up the average.
Mhm.
oh my God.
There's
I never
some that
thought
eat
of
zero.
Yeah.
Where's he live?
Joey Chestnut?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
probably West Virginia. Well, you were trying to wrap things up.
Thanks for having us on.
And with that,
It's all good.
Yeah, man, I had a good point to make there, but I forgot it.
West Virginians work hard.
They do.
That's definitely.
It's a lot of
that's it.
dogs.
I'm gonna get a hot dog today. At some point.
yeah,
I gotta work on my numbers.
I had one for lunch and now I want another.
Yeah, get those numbers up.
Yeah, I gotta work on my numbers.
Yeah, I can't quit thinking about them.
It's ruined my life.
But colon cancer runs in my family now. So like, that's that.
Now.
Very cool. I'm pretty much killing myself eating these hot dogs.
You have to switch to the all beef, all natural. That'll prevent them.
Yeah, just as much sodium nitrate, just a different animal. It's the pigs that are killing us with cancer, not the process of making it.
Well, that's been a podcast.
Yeah.
Right
Thanks for having us. All right, we're gonna leave.
Yeah. No. So, in all seriousness, thank you guys.
Oh,
for
thank
coming
you.
by
Thank you,
today.
man.
I feel like we had a nice, wholesome, productive, lovely conversation about creativity, intention,
Mhm.
meat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna
All
have
important things for a growing band.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A lot of meat. A lot of meat.
So, I mean, Redcoin is on the internet. If you are participating in this conversation with us as a listener, you are also on the internet.
Yeah.
So you are just one click away from checking out the band if you haven't already. If you want to do that, there will be some links. You can check those out. And if nobody else has anything to add, I'm going to do my outro.
I got one thing. So last guys you had on was guys from Little Giant.
Yeah.
We the current content we have online is only what we've done with Little Giant. So
Yeah.
please go support them.
They were awesome.
They're awesome guys. They have a
Super
great
awesome
YouTube
to
channel. We have a YouTube video with them on there. So if you want to support us, if you want to support them, yeah, go check them out on YouTube. They're great guys.
Hell yeah.
Check out local music.
And with all that being said, that is all, folks. One more time, Redcoin, make some noise. Woo! Woo! I'll be back again next week with another episode. Same time, same place, same channel. You know the drill. My name is Brian Sykes House. Start the Beat is the podcast. 2025 is the year. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. Peace out. Eat a hot dog. Goodbye.
We did it.